Quick question, if you replaced your Fire Stick today, would you just buy another restricted streaming stick? Or would you choose something that actually gives you total control? Let me know in the comments right now, stick or switch. Because if you're looking to move away from Fire TV, jumping straight into a standard Google TV device might not actually solve your problem either. So today I'm showing you 4 non-Google, non-certified Fire Stick alternatives, the exact trade-offs with each one, and which one is actually worth your money. All the product links are down in the description and in the pinned comment. And if you appreciate straight streaming advice without the hype or the fear-mongering, hit that like button so this video reaches the right people. Now, here is why I wanted to make this video. Lately, I've seen more and more comments from people who are fed up with ecosystem restrictions. The newer Firestick UI updates have annoyed a lot of users. Amazon blocking or restricting certain sideloaded apps has made people nervous. And now Google has upcoming changes on the horizon that could make sideloading harder on standard Android and Google TV devices as well. So for a lot of power users, the question is not just, what should I replace my Fire Stick with? It is, what can I buy if I want more control over my own setup? Now, to be completely fair, I am not saying everyone needs to ditch their Fire Stick. Plenty of people still use them every single day without issues, including people who sideload apps and use unofficial setups. But if you are starting to get fed up with the direction these big ecosystems are moving, you want something less restricted, independent, non-certified alternatives are where things get interesting. Yes, there are trade-offs. You may lose full 4K support on some premium official apps, and you are relying more on the manufacturer for updates and long-term support. But in return, you usually get more flexibility, fewer restrictions, and a setup that feels more under your control. So if that is what you are looking for, these are the 4 options I would keep on your radar. The first alternative is the Formuler Z12 Ultra. This is the premium choice if you want a clean, grown-up set-top box. It runs Android, but uses Formula's own custom interface, so it feels like a proper traditional TV experience from the second you turn it on. You're getting solid hardware, a great physical remote, highly reliable performance, and regular firmware updates from a well-known brand. It is best known for the My TV Online app, which is one of the biggest reasons people choose Formula for organised live TV style setups and large media libraries. The main trade-off here is that it is non-certified. You're trusting Formula for your long-term software support rather than Google. But if you want a polished box with a proper dedicated ecosystem backing it, this is easily one of the strongest upgrades on the market. The second alternative is a BuzzTV device. And this is an incredibly common next step for former Fire Stick users. What makes BuzzTV stand out is purely the software. These boxes are built from the ground up around their proprietary BuzzTV app. It's designed specifically for a TV-first experience, handling live TV, VOD, and PVR recording features flawlessly on supported setups. The navigation is incredibly smooth, and channel switching can feel noticeably faster than what you get on a typical generic Android box, especially if you're loading massive lists and large libraries. You can fully customize the home screen, and the remote actually has dedicated tactile buttons that make sense from the sofa. I've used a BuzzTV X5 model for the past few years, and for daily use in a living room, it's brilliant. The trade-off, again, is certification. Most BuzzTV boxes are non-certified, meaning you sacrifice premium app DRM quality in exchange for a vastly superior custom interface and total freedom. The third alternative is the Ugoos AM6B Plus, And this one is strictly for the people who want absolute control. This is one of the very few Android boxes on the market that genuinely feels like it was built for tinkerers. You get incredibly powerful hardware, massive local media support, and system-level access that Amazon and Google devices would never dream of giving you. It is an absolute beast for handling local media via Plex, Jellyfin, or heavy Kodi setups. And it's also highly popular for retro gaming and custom launcher configurations. But remember, it is non-certified, so if official plug-and-play streaming apps are your main priority, be mindful of that. This is not the box I'd buy for someone who just wants to click Netflix, Prime Video, and nothing else. It requires a bit of setup, but if you're thinking, I want options, adjustments, and settings, this is definitely one to consider. If you're finding this breakdown useful, share it with that one person who still thinks a standard streaming stick is the only option out there. The fourth alternative is to skip dedicated TV operating systems entirely and use a mini PC. This could be a budget-friendly Intel N100 mini PC or one of the highly capable small form factor systems from brands like Beelink or Geekom. You simply plug it into your TV's HDMI port and your TV instantly becomes a giant monitor for a real computer. This is the cleanest, most bulletproof, long-term option if you want maximum flexibility. You can run official streaming sites directly in a desktop browser, use full desktop apps, manage local hard drives natively, and run a VPN exactly like you would on a normal PC. And if you still want access to your favourite Android APKs, the ones you used to sideload onto a Firestick, you can just run an Android emulator on the PC. That gives you another way to run Android apps without being tied to a Firestick or Google TV device. If you need help with that, I've filmed a complete mini PC setup series. It walks you through everything from turning a mini PC into a living room media center to setting up emulators so it feels just like a TV box. I'll put the link to that playlist right up in the corner on screen, and I'll drop it in the description below so you can watch it next. The downsides to a PC setup are simple. It costs more upfront, and you'll need to grab a wireless keyboard, mouse, or an Air remote for the coffee table. But for long-term flexibility, it is very hard to beat. So here's the quick summary. If your Fire Stick still does everything you need, whether that is official apps, sideloaded apps, or your own custom setup, you do not need to replace it just because everyone else is talking about switching. But if you are fed up with the direction Fire TV is going and you want something with more control and fewer ecosystem restrictions, then these are the options I'd look at. If you want a premium TV-like upgrade, look at Formula or BuzzTV. If you like to tinker and want deeper system-level control, look at the Ugoos AM6B Plus. And if you want the most flexible option overall, a mini PC puts you fully in charge. To compare prices or specs, all the product links are down in the description and pinned comment. Now I want to hear your game plan. Are you sticking with Fire TV, upgrading to an independent standalone box, or moving over to a PC setup? Drop a comment right now with one of these 3 words: stick, box, or PC. If you found this video helpful, smash that like button so the algorithm shares it with anyone else looking for their next device. Subscribe so you don't miss the next update, and share this with someone who is thinking about upgrading their hardware but doesn't want to step straight into another closed ecosystem. And I'll see you in the next one.